I just want to echo Stephen in saying thank you to the panel, both panels. They were incredibly illuminating. And just a couple of concluding remarks, and I will be brief. I think we are more convinced now than ever that this transformation is happening in Detroit, and we don't have to create Detroit. Detroit is creating itself. It is a creative center and a creative hub. I think that this tweet that I got from a fellow named, there's been a lot of great Twitter activity, but Gil Penalosa, who runs 880 City, said it best. It's addressed to me, Richard, Florida, the best of Detroit, ? The people who stayed, who work hard and are totally committed to create a new city, refreshing, and above all else, amazing. I think a couple of things. One, Detroit has to continue to double down. There are a lot of new people. I was talking to the New York Times reporter who's doing a story on the artists and creatives who are flocking here from all over the country, from all over the world, especially from major hubs like New York, because they're being priced out. I think Detroit needs to welcome them with open arms and literally pull out the welcome wagon for them. It needs to attract as much talent and the best talent and reach out, but it's not just about building innovative entrepreneurial startup and creative economy for those of us who are already successful or already have advantages. I think one of the important currents that came through this conversation is plan for what you're likely to get. And when you become even more successful, and as you become more successful, and there's more startups and more artists and more creativity and more companies, what will happen is rents will rise, housing prices will rise, congestion will rise, and in some period of time, you are likely to confront the same kind of problems that confront San Francisco or New York or London. It may take a while, but that can happen. And I think most importantly, what we heard is the benefits of an innovative startup and entrepreneurial economy do not magically trickle down, even with high multipliers. Even if one tech and creative job does create 5 other jobs, those benefits don't trickle down. We heard up from Kim about San Francisco. We talked a little bit about New York and London. Even in the best case scenario, that divide can widen. So I think one of the things that Detroit offers an opportunity, it built an economy in which not just the captains of enterprise, the robber barons and the great families could prosper. And of course they did, and they prospered in incredible ways. But it created a model that lots of hardworking people who came to Detroit from all over the world, from all over this country and all over the world, could prosper and thrive. And I think that's where the thinking now has to go. And what better place, I've said this before, but what better place to do that? Detroit created the first mass industrial revolution, and on the backs of that mass industrial revolution gave us a social compact and a set of programs and policies and initiatives that built the middle class. I think that's the task today. I'd like to thank my team first for their vision in pulling this together. I'd like to thank all of the incredible panelists who came from this city and from other cities far and wide. And most of all, I'd like to thank each and every one of you in the audience for coming here and participating with us. Thank you very much. Okay.